Hello, everyone. I want to thank you to dinner and business with Lady Hale tonight. I know we were running a little bit late. I was having some technical difficulty because production wasn't here. They left me on my own. Y'all know what happened when production leave me here by myself. Y'all know I be scrambling. So I had to go ahead and check with what is it, the chat line, and they walked me through it. But our weather today, so I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead so I can invite some people. Mr. Carly, what you can do if you want to go ahead and invite people, I have made it public. So you can invite your family and your friends or whoever you want to invite on here. Because it is now. Okay. Let me go ahead. Give me a few minutes because I usually have to invite people. I usually invite people on here and they get upset if I don't invite them and they want to be a part of the broadcast, and you'll get comments and people will have the question, and I'm going to open it up so they can go ahead and put their comments in here for us, because I'm sure you will have to answer all of the questions, not me. No, you have on you. That is not on me. And I had some questions that parents had wanted me to go ahead and ask you anyway, because a lot of the parents are still trying to do the Zoom and do the classroom work. And a lot of the parents were telling me also that even though they do try to go ahead and do it, they're still like having problems. So I say, okay, well, this is the math man. You'll get to talk with him, because if you understand a lot of this new math and all this math that they're doing, they call it the new math because I'm a lot older than you. Yeah. This new math, and the parents are not understanding the math. So that was some of the questions that they wanted me to ask you, and we will get into that. Well, while I'm inviting people, what I want you to do is go ahead and introduce yourself, even though I know who you are, and it was a fantastic time to meet you. And I did go to your YouTube channel, and I saw all of that great math. I'm like, that is good for somebody else, not me. That was not my major in college. That was not my major. So can you go ahead and introduce yourself while I'm still inviting people, please?
Sure. My name is Warren Cowley. I am the founder of Math Thrive Tutoring, maththrivetutoring.com. My wife and I run that. I am a math teacher by day, tutor by evening. So math is something that I really do enjoy helping people with. I enjoy helping people who can actually afford the tutoring, but also those who cannot afford the tutoring. I just like helping people with math in any way, shape, or form. There's not many people, or not as many people who look like me in the math field, especially on YouTube or in the virtual setting as well. So I'm just trying to get the idea out there that math can be done by anybody, and that math can be something that is enjoyable and fun, and you can do things with it. You can make songs about it. It's something that is enjoyable if you take the time and put in the effort and just want to look at it differently. My goal is to have people change their perspective, especially students, especially when they're young, change their perspective on math, because math is something that really can build not just your math skills, but also your critical thinking skills, those skills that you need to help solve problems in the world, instead of having to always rely on someone else, to grow into a person where you are solving problems, where if you want to make money, you can find a way to really make money. Or if you want to, fix this, you can find a way how to fix this just by expanding your thought process and how you solve problems. And math is the best way to really practice that.
Okay, let me ask you, as a former school teacher myself and getting my doctorate in education, where do you feel, I'm just asking you just from your point of view, that while our kids, I know a lot of times when we have to test here in the state of Texas, but before I do that, I forgot to let everybody know what I was eating. We were having dinner tonight, right, Mr. Collins? Okay. I did not cook tonight, y'all, but I do have some Dairy Queen chicken fingers. I think that's what this is. So that's what I will be eating because the weather was bad. I didn't know whether I was going to come in today. So normally this is a part of my dinner and the business, because a lot of times we can't meet now. So I do dinner and business with Lady Hale. So tonight I'm going to have, so if you want to run and get a snack, you can run and get a snack. A lot of people not comfortable doing that. And a lot of my people come on, they just get them a drink. I'm like, whatever you comfortable with, I'm comfortable with. So here's my chicken, whatever this is from Dairy Queen. But thank y'all for joining us. But what I want you guys to share this, because we need to have an open discussion, especially in our communities and all communities. Why do you think that our children are lacking in math? That's not one of our strong. I know it's a lot of gifted and talented kids out there, but I've only taught at the urban schools. So I have seen fifth graders going on to middle school that could not do first grade math.
There's so many different reasons why that is. I've taught in urban schools. I'm technically in an urban school right now. I'm in a magnet school for the first time. I've been a teacher for like 4 years, so I've only seen this a little bit. But I've been in the schools where it's not good.
Okay, like where I come from.
Yeah, I'm waiting on students. They're on a like third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade math level when they come into ninth grade. I believe we're at a place where it's just difficult as a teacher to be hard on the student, to do like they did in the past before there was a lot of standard-based testing and things like that. A lot of things that there's a lot more push for funding and for making the school look a certain way. So part of that is just the politics of the school system and the school in America, I guess. Just and it really just goes like past this school, but doctor hospitals, like just whatever the government has a hand in, there's going to be some kind of idea of this. Maybe let's hold back a little bit, or let's push them along, so that we can meet numbers and stuff like that. So as a teacher, we have to be knowledgeable of that and find a way to give our students the best that we can, while also adhering to what society is trying to do.
By you being a math teacher, I know that would be considered. I would love that, and that's why I got your information when we connected on YouTube. Because a lot of my kids, I needed them to see someone that looked like them who was good at math. Because when you tell our kids or something about math, I don't know nobody that's good in math. Nobody good in math in my family. But that's why I was telling the community and I was telling the people about you as a math teacher. And so I try to bring to our community people that look like them, successful people. So I want to ask you, for as the parents who are out here struggling with the children, with the Zoom lessons, what do you suggest the parents do? Because I have a lot of parents that are struggling right now on how they actually can help kids. And one of the biggest subjects that they're struggling in is math. Okay, say for instance, like I saw on your YouTube channel, like how you went over the fraction. It was really simple. And I know you teach all of the grades. It was really, really simple. So what do you say to the parents that are still struggling? Do you suggest they get a teacher? But then, like you said before, a lot of the parents, because with the pandemic, they are not working and they're not able to pay your fees. Do you have something, say for instance, if parents call, because I referred a lot of the parents to your YouTube channel with the math, because I saw you had a lot of different instructions on there to help the parents.
Yeah, so for parents who are trying to get their kids successful in math and that are helping their students, especially those who are in the elementary and middle grades,
Right.
because most of those are the times when the parent is right there with the student, trying to help them get through the computer stuff and all that kind of stuff. But even in high school, if you're a parent trying to help, the best thing that you can do is just find those resources that are on YouTube or that are online.
Mm-hmm.
As far as, if you want to contact someone directly who wants to do like free tutoring with you and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
there are, obviously many different avenues to go if you just search it. But I am trying my best to do something else as far as like opening myself up to like a virtual tutoring thing that's like free, but like more like a office hour type of thing, like so that I'm open and you just come in, you just send me the work that you need me to explain or to work out a little bit.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I did do that, and I told the parents, I said, whatever section it is, because I looked through the website, your YouTube channel, it is phenomenal. I really love it. And I like how the instruction was. A lot of time when people try to explain things and you don't understand it, but you put it so simple that and you put your heart in it, whoever you were talking to or the audience that's going to be listening, you want to make sure they understand before they leave your YouTube channel. And that's what I really liked about you. Just my first time looking at it, I really liked that. And that's why I started it. And because we were in the process of starting a charter school. So I put all your information on that channel also. So parents would have a reference to actually go to your YouTube channel, subscribe there, and go there and take advantage of the resources that you have available for the parents.
I need to make a lot more of that too. For like every grade level is my goal. Once I finally get the time to, I'm gonna try to do it for every grade level. Okay. Right now, there's a lot more for like 10th and 11th grade math right now, but I'm looking forward to backing up and going to those earlier grades as well.
Okay, so what made you really want to become a math teacher? That's like everybody asked me, why did you want to become a preschool or kindergarten teacher? Because that's the grade that I love. Now, for is middle school, high school, I'm just going to stay with elementary. So what was it in your heart? You've always been a math fanatic. You've always loved math. You've always loved numbers. What is it?
I did not always love math. I did not always love numbers. In ninth grade, I was at one point failing geometry with the 50. I was in a magnet school here in this city, and I decided I just got out the magnet school mainly because of the math class that I was in. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to be in honors geometry anymore. I was like, I don't want to be in this school anymore. I just left and went to a regular school. Okay. And then when I went to the regular school, all my friends were there, there. And all of them were in honors geometry class there. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to standard geometry. And the geometry teacher, the honors geometry teacher was like, oh, so you're not signing up for my class. And then he said, well, if you're too afraid to sign up for my math class, then you'll never amount to anything. Oh. You're never going to amount to anything if you're not willing to take the risk. And he was a black man. And he was upset that I, because all my friends were, different races, all this kind of stuff. Right. I had a couple black friends, but I also had other friends as well. Mm-hmm. But he was upset about it. I was mad at him. I was like, what kind of word tells me that? So that kind of sparked my beginning interest. Then growing further into it, I've had opportunities to tutor certain people, who kind of fell by the wayside, who went to jail eventually, and like things like that. Yeah. Like part of me was like, well, if only I was their teacher, if only I was their math teacher, if only I was there to tutor more, they would have gotten to know me more, and they would have gotten to see more about who I am as a person. Math is the gateway to just opening someone up to, getting to know you and stuff. So that's my goal, is to try to let people know who I am, like let people know the spirit, inside of me through just that gateway, to not just learn math, but also learn morals, values, ethics, things like that. And math is a hard subject. Math is something that'll get someone's attention. It's a shock to the system. Math is not always something that comes easy. And especially with someone like me who's like, I know how hard math can be, but I also know the enjoyment it comes when you finally get something, or when you finally understand it, when you finally see, the first 70, the first 80, the first 100 that you get. And I feel like I can relate to students who don't understand math very well. Right. And I can try to explain it in a way that they might understand it better.
Right. And that's what I like about it on there. Because I showed it to the kids. I was telling them, I said, well, here's someone, I've been to your YouTube channel. And I told him, I said, he has some great information and some great tutorials. These were my middle school and the high schoolers. So I told them, I said, you need to take a look at it, because a lot of them are struggling in math right now. Well, basically they're struggling in all of the subjects, but basically, math right now. And I told them, I said, go on there, leave a comment, and try to understand what's going on. Because I told them also, when you go on there, make sure you leave a comment. So if it's something that you don't understand, most likely he will go back through that and he can give you a response for that. So so that's what I told him. I always go after the free resources. And you said you and your wife are starting a tutoring business. Is she a teacher also?
She's not a teacher. My wife is more into communications. Like, she writes basically like newspaper articles, and she's into like journalism and stuff like that.
So y'all have the writing and the math already down. I know there's gonna be some smart kids over there. They have the writing and the math down, so they don't have no excuses on what they're going to be doing.
They don't have any excuses right now.
No excuses.
They don't have excuses even now.
I know, that's right. They should. They don't have any excuses now. So that's what I was saying. So was there a reason you and your wife started the tutoring program, or it was just something that you wanted to do for us to help, or it was something?
I've been tutoring for 8 years. Just straight 8 years. I did some tutoring when I was a teenager. I've been working with students since I was a teenager, because my mom worked for this Goodwill summer program thing with students with special needs. So I've been working with children with special needs when I was a teenager. Then I kind of moved on to trying to tutor students and things like that. Like I said, for 8 years, I've been working on that, and I've been doing it just through a separate company and things like that. But once COVID hit, and all the stuff that's going on with that, I decided, it's more than ever the time to actually start my own thing, and we actually get people to understand math and stuff, because they're not going to be around their teachers very often. Right. A lot of virtual learning going on, or hybrid learning. A lot of lost information that was back when COVID first hit. A lot of teachers had to drop that fourth quarter, so their students are going into the next grade, without that information. Kind of similar to what we were talking about in the very beginning, like how just the school systems and how things are. Even more so now that COVID hit, students are going without information into the next grade. And that's with, every subject.
Yeah, so, and that's nationwide, not just in one school district, not just one state. This is everywhere. If you turn on CNN, any of the news station, you hear that there was a lady on the news yesterday. She had a student, was a straight A student. He was in the honor classes, but since he's been in virtual learning at the house, I guess they've been having trouble not turning in his assignment. From our straight A student, this young man is down to a C level, and his mom is very upset because he's all like in the 5th grade, but this is his first time ever coming below a B average. And they were saying, well, everybody is trying to get into the virtual learning, finding out what's going on. But I do understand her side. She's a registered nurse and she's an essential worker, so she has to keep working. She's single. And it is so much. And that's why it's so important that we have people like you that are on the front line, that's able to step in and to help our kids, to keep them from failing in some of the subjects. I know you can't do everything, you can't be everywhere, but if you at least help one student, you've done your job. That's what I'm saying. If you could just at least get to one, to keep one from failing, to keep one out of prison, to keep one out of the grave, you've done your job.
Good.
Yeah, and I truly, appreciate you, stepping forward. Math teachers, I commend you all of you math teachers. Y'all do a very, very good job. And what I like about you, like I said earlier, is that you are doing it from the heart. You can tell you're not doing it for the paycheck. It comes through. I'm here. What do you want me to do? And just by me, this is the first time I ever spoke to you in person. If a child is really in the community that comes to you and need help and they didn't have the ability to pay, in my heart, I feel you would go ahead and tutor that child.
Yeah, I would. I mean, that's what it's all about, is just helping people, I mean, like, honestly, I would teach for free if I had the money, if I was a millionaire, a billionaire, something like that. Of course, I'll keep that on the secret, but I just go. I just be tutoring and teaching anyway. It's something that I enjoy. And honestly, if a kid is coming to me, and they need tutoring and they don't have the resources for, they don't have the money and stuff like that. The difficulty in working in a urban school, from where I've been, not where I am right now. Where I am right now is awesome, but where I've been, I've seen students who don't care, who've been hurt enough by teachers or something like that, or they just have this negative vibe on just everything that has to do with anything educational.
True.
So I'm at a time where I'm like, if there's someone coming and they actually want help, I'm more than happy to help, because I'm a teacher, and that's what I honestly am at heart. I'm a teacher. I want people who actually come and they need help, they need education, they need assistance. That's what I became a teacher for. But there's so much classroom management that has to go on. There's so much, administrative work as a teacher, that the only time that or a lot of the times when I actually get that feeling of being an actual teacher, being what people think a teacher is when I'm tutoring someone one-on-one, especially.
Let me ask you, do you just teach only virtual, or have you started in-person tutoring, or just virtual right now?
I do in-person for, people in the area, based on their view on COVID and stuff, whether they want me to come in with the mask or they don't want me with the mask at all,
Right.
Like, whatever makes them comfortable and stuff. I still keep the 6 feet and everything.
Yes.
I do virtual, but I also do in person. I try to also do like test prep if there's students who need help on ACT or SAT stuff.
Right.
I try to help with all levels with whatever I can.
So do you have college students also, or just K through 12?
So far it's just been K through 12. I can help college students. I've been in communication with some, but not to the extent of them actually being like recurring people.
Okay.
I've actually helped one guy who's actually in college to become a teacher himself.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so most of my my early videos on the YouTube channel are me doing videos for those who are becoming elementary education teachers who need help with the math part of their certification.
Okay.
So a lot of early videos are me just doing that. Someone said that it was helpful for them and helped them pass. So
come on, because there was a one of the young ladies. She was studying her for we call it the tax here, and she was trying to go. She said, "I'm struggling with math." I said, "Go to this website. I don't know what you can do, but just go to the website, go to his YouTube channel, and see what you can learn from there." Because here in Texas, you have, I think it's 5 tries, and after then, I guess that's it. So she's like on number 3. I say, I think you may need to get in touch with this young man because you keep spending this money and you're not passing this section. So I told her, I think guys need to talk with you also, because I was looking at my daughter. She's taking the information to get into medical school. And she had some kind of calculus or something. I don't even know what it was. And she had the board like you have behind. It was just going everywhere. And then she came up with a small answer. I was like, you know what? That's not for me. That is not for me. And I think all of that she did, the answer was like a -2 or something or whatever. I'm like, you did all of this just to come up with -2. She said, Mama, you got to go through all the steps. You can't miss any of the steps. I said, well, keep going, girl. You did. And she made an A on that test. So I just put it out there because I don't mind supporting someone who's helping the community and who's actually helping people, because, we're in the community. And on Wednesday, we feed our community. On Wednesday, we fed over 1,000 people in a 2-hour period. So I just wanted to make sure if you had something like a little card or you had something. I have another math teacher on here, Miss Grace. She's a math teacher. She's in Galveston. So if you had something like that, I want to make sure that the parents have resources, because I do give them like a resource bag. And I'm trying to make sure during these times in COVID that these parents, oh, yeah, that Miss Grace said, yeah, you got to go through all the steps. Let me put Miss Grace thing up. And she said, you got to go through all the steps. Why can't I just skip a step, Miss Grace? She's like, dog, you got to go. She's a math teacher too. And what she did over the summer, when the COVID had first started, she would be on Facebook Live. She would be doing math lessons every day. And I was the main one sitting there telling all the kids, sharing, come on, it's time for us to sit down with Miss Grace and learn this math. So I think that's phenomenal what you as math teachers and reading teachers, that all teachers do during this time where we have so many parents that are struggling, so many kids that are struggling in this time. We have to come together as a community and kind of find a solution. But like you said, we can't always wait for the government to come in and save us, because they have so much worried about what's going on with COVID. They got a lot of other things. And I just see a lot of our kids just falling through the cracks. And so what I try to do, if I'm on the Facebook, if I'm on YouTube or whatever, I try to find meaningful resources for the kids, that they can have a resource. And I always tell them, I say, this is a resource. You need to call Mr. Crawley. I say, the information is on here. If you have a question, I'm sure, you're not going to hold him long, but just tell him what you're doing. He can kind of walk you through the steps. Or just go on the YouTube channel and sit in the classes, because it might be it's always going to be the same process. It's just different numbers. That's what I try to tell the kids. They're like, no, it's got to be the same numbers. I'm like, no, if you get the process down and you get how it goes, then you can plug in any numbers that you need to plug in and work the formula. So I'm so thankful for that you are here to help the community and you're helping the kids. So I know you have the YouTube channel. Do you have the Facebook page, or what other social media that you have where parents can go and look at your channel and try to figure out what's going on in the math world?
I have a Facebook page, but I'm still kind of, it's in the middle of being developed. But it is out there though. It's just under the business name. Hold on. Can I type it in the private chat?
Yes, type it in the private chat and I will put it up here. Yes, sir.
Okay, so this one's called Math Thrive. That's just the name of the business that we found that name.
Math Thrive. Okay, let me put it in here.
This number, oh my goodness. I copied and pasted. Okay, there it is. Okay, so I have my Google Voice number that they can contact. And then I'll get it to my phone.
What's the phone number? I'm gonna type the number in. What's your number?
That's right there in the private chat. The 615.
Okay, hold on 1 minute. Okay, I see it right here. Okay, I see it. I got it right here. I got it. Let me copy it. Let's see if it's gonna let me copy it. If not, it's parents is 615-543-6473. If you need to get in touch with him regarding the math, because I know a lot of you are struggling with the math, and you asked me to ask him some questions regarding the math, and that's what I did. Here is the phone number. Let me put there's your phone number. And I'm going to put your other information in here. Oh, let me just put this right here first.
Okay.
Thank you. Let me put that in here.
Put in as much as I can too over here.
Okay, yeah, and as you putting it in, well, let me just put all of this in here, because what I'm going to do every Wednesday and Thursday, I do have like a resource bag. And what I will do is put this information in the resource bag for the parents or whoever may need it, because is that it? Hold on 1 minute. There it is. And I want to make sure everybody have this resource, because I was so when I saw you on there and I saw him about all of your information, I say we have to get him on, and we have to talk with him how we can actually help our children. We have to help them. Hold on, I'm copying and pasting. I'm gonna put your YouTube channel in here, because you had quite a bit of videos in here. I saw when I was looking on there, you had quite a few of them on there. Let me put the name of your company on.
I started the YouTube channel, I think, as soon as COVID hit, so maybe like March or April, maybe a little bit later. But then I've been making videos after videos because I have my own class to teach. So I made a video for every single standard, every single class that I teach there. I made a video for them to access. But I put it, I also made it available to everybody, because I put it on YouTube. One for my kids to reach, but also for anyone else who wants to access it. So I've had 2 classes. I've been making videos like 15 a week. I'm at almost 200 now.
Oh, cool!
But that's why most of my videos are for 10th and 11th graders, is because
I saw that for mostly high schoolers, because when I went there, I didn't see that many that could help my elementary school, my kids. So I said, well, let me contact him when he come on to let them know that they can receive assistance. So when do you advise that parents start, if they see their child is having a problem with math or any of the subject, when do you suggest that the parents start getting extra help for that child? So if I have a first or a second grader, do you think I may need to get them a tutor, or just wait till they get to the 4th, 5th, or the 6th grade or something like that? What is your recommendation?
My recommendation for a student who is that young is that if the parent wants to just have someone to sit with the student and go through the video lessons with them, I think that is the most that a tutor or any tutor can do. I've been tutoring a middle school student as well, who I kind of just sit there with them with the lessons, and I help them with everything. I help with English, science, social studies, all that stuff, including math, but not as much math as everything else. So it would be a lot better if it was a little bit later on. Like if you actually want to pay for tutoring, it'd be better if they were a little bit older, middle grades and up.
Middle and up. Okay.
There are so many free resources out there for elementary age students now. Not everything is going to be looking like me.
Right. Well, yeah, we know that.
Stuff will be a little more kiddie looking, more cartoony and all that kind of stuff. But there are some free resources out there. But I do also plan on going back, like I said, and making videos for those who are younger. But I also take video requests, so I don't mind. If someone needs help on a specific subject or something like that, then I'll make a video really quickly and put it on YouTube for those people.
Okay, for them to access it. Yes, that's good. Yeah. That's so good. Yes. So that you're not here in Houston, Texas with us. So you're located in Tennessee. Am I correct?
Yeah, I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
He's in Nashville.
I was born in Houston, Texas, but I wasn't raised there, so I don't know much about it. But I was born there. That's all I know.
That's all you know, and that's probably all you need to know. Yes, we were having, it's a lot of things have changed with the construction, and it is so much going on right now. So I do commend you and your wife. She's a writer and you're a math teacher. And what I really wanted, and that's why I brought you on, because I was telling people in our community, about you, and that you actually look like the kid, and they had never seen anybody, I guess, look like them besides their teachers, not outside the classroom, that was really doing the math. And not only that, you and your wife have a business doing this. So when you do learn the math, you can make money off mathification. You can make money off math. You can. And I was trying to tell them that. They're like, we don't know nobody making money off math. I said, I'm going to have you this video, and I'm going to let you go to the YouTube channel, and you're going to see somebody that looks just like you that's doing math. And like I said, I'm glad you said that when you started out, you really didn't like math at first. Math had to grow on you first.
Yes, math had to grow on me. Like I had an interest in video games when I was a kid and stuff. So I just wanted to do video game stuff. And by the time I reached college age, I wanted to just get into computer science because I thought that was the right route to. Right? Yeah. So I thought that was the right route to take. So they were, they just automatically put me in calculus and all this high level math stuff in college. And it was hard, and I went ahead and did it. But I started not liking the computer science stuff as much because it was not accredited, in the college.
I know what you're talking about.
Time. So I went ahead and just went the full-fledged math route instead, and just took advantage of math education because I also had a passion for teaching just because I worked with students, throughout my teenage life and stuff, just helping people. And I think that that's a good thing for students to do, especially if they are, in the high school level, even in middle school, if they can find time to help someone else who might not know as much as they do, it'll help them grow up their skills as well, to really understand and how to explain it. If you can explain it, then you can do it.
Right.
So if they take time to learn and research and try to explain it to someone else who might not know as much as they do on it, then that'll help them as well.
And what I used to do, because I used to have a class, I had all like the behavior students. And what I would do when they were really acting up or whatever, I would have them, because I would redirect them and tell them when it was the reading time, I would have them go down to the special ed class and I would have them read to the children. And do you know, when they would go down there and read and they come back, their whole disposition, everything was so different. And they say, oh, I feel good about myself. I helped somebody. And that helped to redirect them. So that was one of the things that I did. And like I said, during the day, I'm like, well, you can go help the special ed teacher, help her read, or help her with some of the math, because you're good at math, you're good at reading. I always gave them good scenarios because nobody had never told them that. And I said, the best thing is, just like you said, is always to help someone else. If you know something that someone else doesn't, or they cannot learn it, or they're having a little problem, you go in there and you help them because you're smart and you can help them learn. And they would only be in there for like 30 minutes or whatever. When they came back, their whole disposition, they were ready to sit down and they were ready to learn. So those are one of the things that I did, to redirect them instead of hollering and screaming and yelling and trying to tug a war with them. I'm like, no, we're just going to work together with the special ed class, or sometimes she would bring the kids up there and they would sit next to her. And I said, well, why don't you explain to them what you're doing? And they would be explaining the process. Not that they did not know the process, it was the behavior problem, but they did know the process. But once we actually got them down and they were ready to learn. So I think as teachers, we need to find different ways and different things to help kids learn, because what I've always said, one curriculum does not fit every kid, especially if you have not been in the urban community in those schools. You have to come up with a whole lot of other different stuff to get these kids to learn. And then another thing, you don't know the child's home situation either. And that's what I try to tell them. You got to find out what's actually going on with the child. It could be a reason why they're acting out like that. It could be a reason why they're not actually coming to learn. So if you find out what's really going on, you could really help the children. And not only that, help the mom. Find out if mom is struggling with something, if dad is struggling at something, because it may not be a learning problem. It might be something outside of the learning situation. Because I had one little girl, she was a straight A student, but she was in one of the other teachers' classroom. And she started getting like D's and F all of a sudden. I say, that's not like my baby. I said, my baby, she's a straight A student. She's always on point. I would have to find out why she's not doing her homework. So I brought her in when we were having lunch. I, kept her with me and found out they didn't have any lights on at the house. So it is kind of hard to do homework with no lights on. But see, the teacher never probed. She never found out. She was just giving her F's on the assignment. I say, well, from now on, what we'll do, we're let her finish her homework before she goes home, because we know that situation. So it is important as us as teachers and to find out, but I'm sure when you went to college and I went to college and we got the job, there wasn't all of the extra stuff wasn't in the job description. All the above. You got to be the nurse, you got to be the counselor, you have to be the teacher, you have to be the doctor, all of that, all the above, but that was not in our job description. I know it wasn't in mine, but I went ahead and did it anyway. So we want to thank you for coming on tonight, and tell the people one more time where they can reach you. I do have all of your information in here. I have your phone number. And what I want everybody to do is make sure they go over to their YouTube channel. What I want you to do is like, subscribe, and make sure you leave a comment on there and hit that notification bell. So every time a new math concept or a new math problem come up, you will be on point, especially my middle school and my high schoolers.
And really just make suggestions. If you're going to leave a comment and you don't really have anything else to say, just make a suggestion on what math thing you want to see. Or if you do, I do also have like a Twitter or something like that, and you can just, or on the Facebook, some way, just send me the problem that you need me to work on for you or to show you how to do, and I'll make a video for it. So not only is the YouTube channel for this stuff that's already on there, but whatever you need help with, I can make a video for it and put it on there for you.
Right. And I don't know, because I was going to ask some of the kids where you are the kids still have to take the exit exam to be able to get out of the high school to graduate, or have they waived it there where you are?
They waived it. They waived it last semester.
Okay, cool.
But this semester they pushed it because now we're on block scheduling. So every class is just a semester long. So they pushed it back to the spring. But every little bit, every time we get to a new area on our school stuff, they push it back more because of the COVID. So maybe that once the vaccine hits, things will change.
Right. We don't know. So before we let you go, what suggestions, because we have some parents listening and a lot of them will watch the replay, what do you suggest for as the parent? I know the first thing is going to be stay calm. It's going to be all right. I know that's the first thing. So what would you suggest for a parent who is having trouble with especially the math? What would you suggest that parent to do? I know we can reach out for resources. They can look at your videos, but what are some of the other things that you suggest?
All right. First thing I would suggest is, as you just said, to stay calm, to be patient, because the first thing that I see most parents would do or should do is contact a teacher. Because a lot of y'all, because a lot of school systems or districts are virtual or hybrid. It's so difficult to get in contact with teachers these days. But that's the first step, is try to contact a teacher and be patient with the teacher responding back. Right. The second thing, as you already said, is just utilize the resources that are on YouTube or Google, the resources that are there. Some things I don't automatically just know how to teach. I actually look it up first and learn how to do it before I actually
Like
Yeah.
all the rest of us do.
Well, I get out there, I learn how to do it before I even teach it, or even when I make some of my YouTube video stuff, I learn it right before I actually record it and put it up on there. So, but another thing is just if you get to the point where you are past the resource stage and you're past contacting, and I I would just say to I'm
Say a
thinking
prayer first. Say a prayer.
say a prayer, yeah. Just stay prayed up with the kids.
Stay prayed up. That's it. That's what I'm telling you.
You
You
know,
gotta stay prayed up. Because I
but
know when I was teaching, I would see some of the parents, they were actually like, if the child wasn't catching on or having a behavior problem, they would immediately start the discipline on the child. I'm like, no, ma'am, you can't do that now. While you're on live with me, you have to go somewhere else. No, you're not going to do that. So I try to tell the parents, just stay calm, the math lesson, the reading lesson is probably like 45 minutes to an hour. Let's try to get through it. Just try to do the best we can, because this is new to all of us. Nobody expected COVID-19 to come in. And so the school districts are still trying to figure out what's the best way of learning. Parents are still kind of adjusting. And then you got to learn that there's a lot of parents not working. Here in Texas, we have a high rate of COVID-19. And then the other thing that we're battling with is the eviction. We have a high rate of evictions every day. So that has to be a lot on the parents. There's a lot on the kids. So I try to tell everybody, all of this is new to us. So we don't know how long COVID will be going on. And like we said, with the COVID, hopefully when the vaccine come out, it will be a little bit better. Somebody say, Brantley Morris, I'm in love with your page and hope to work with you. Let me know if you need logo. Oh, somebody, no, I don't think you need logos or cartoons. I think you got it straight with that. But yeah, so that's the only thing right now, because we don't know how long this is going to go on. And I heard that the vaccinations are going to be coming out. So hopefully next school year, we don't even know what it's going to look like. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I have to tell the parents. We don't even know what the school year is going to look like. We can't make any plans because we just have to wait and see what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff is to really like for those students who are in high school or middle school, who you are more comfortable with letting them use the internet and stuff for gaming or anything else, PlayStation 5 just came out, stuff like that. Just remind the student, or just make sure that they spend some kind of time looking up something that has to do with math, or spend some type of time doing trivia questions, or doing something that's online that has something to do with getting them comfortable with the math stuff, because summer's about to hit eventually. The winter is hitting now, like the winter break and all this kind of stuff. Kids that are at this point where they want to go back to school physically. They want to be back in school, and because they're not, they're staying with this COVID-19 mentality of I've been on Twitter this whole time. I've been on Facebook. I've been doing the TikTok thing. So I'm just going to do that while I'm in virtual school as well.
Right.
And the idea is to really make sure that you're on your kids enough to let them know at least, hey, do something education related when you're not even in school. Like during winter break, do some education related stuff. In the summer, do education related stuff until we get back. Because when we get back, whenever that time comes, things are going to be hitting hard, because virtual learning is not regular, it's not physical it's not physical being in there physically education. Okay.
Yes.
So when we get back, there's going to be a large expectation out of teachers to get us back on track, and then there will be a large expectation out of students to be willing to take that next step and to be willing to work hard and all that stuff. And there's going to be some that will need that extra support. There's going to be.
Right. And we want to thank you for coming on and giving this advice to our parents, because so many of them are struggling right now, and with their children. And I told them this is what one of the things that I referred them to your page, because if they need an additional resource, with them coming to your YouTube channel, that is nothing that they have to pay for. So they can go there, because I saw basically what you were doing is some of the same math that they are probably doing here. Like I tell them, is to get the concept. Do not miss the point, because you can plug in any numbers. Once the formula is there, you can make it work. And so I told them the same thing. If you have a question or whatever, make sure you leave it there. Or if you're a high school student or middle school, make sure you go to the YouTube channel. And if it's something you're struggling with, make sure you leave the question there for him, and he would answer it for you. And also make sure, if it's a video that you want him to do, to work through a process with you, make sure you leave that information there too. Like I said, we're just trying to bring resources to the community to help people. That's all we're trying to do. And it doesn't cost you anything to go to the YouTube channel. You're going to be on Facebook, YouTube anyway, so you might as well just head on over to the math page and at least spend 15, 20 minutes there and get active. Then you can go back to TikTok or whatever you're doing. But like he said, even on the weekend, even during winter break, you can always go to the channel and just look at some of the math pages and just keep your mind refreshed till it's time to get back into school. So we want to thank you so much. I pinned all your information in here for the parents and the students. And how is the YouTube channel going? Are you getting your numbers up?
It's okay. My numbers are still a little low, which is fine. It's an education thing.
Everybody say it takes time, because I'm finally trying to get all the people off of mine. The Facebook page, I'm trying to take them over to the YouTube channel, but that's the hardest thing, is to transfer the people over. But it was a pleasure to speak with you. And like I said, I do apologize because production wasn't here. And y'all know what happened when I'm here by myself. It's just like, okay, she got to do the best she can. Let me call the chat line so they can walk me through the process. But I want to say thank you so much. And let your wife know we truly appreciate her for letting us steal you for 1 hour, and tell her thank you so much. So it was a pleasure speaking to you, and I do look forward to it. And I will get the information, and as I have parents, I will just refer them back over to your YouTube channel.
All right, well, thank you for having me.
Okay, thank you. Anytime. Thank you so much.
All right, you're very much welcome.
All right, you're welcome. Bye-bye. Hello, y'all. Yes, that's what we were talking about tonight. We were talking about, he's a math specialist. So what we were talking about really was how to actually, if you have any problems with your students in math or any other things, how you actually can bring your child up to speed. I know it's so many other parents that are struggling at this point, and all we were trying to do is to get you some information, try to help you out, and I do provide try to help the free resources for the parents. And let me tell you, on this Wednesday, what we did, we fed over 1,000 people in a 2-hour period. We're here in the Houston, Texas area. I'm located at the Acres Home Police Department every Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. And can you believe our line was about 4 blocks long? So we were thankful we were able to feed the people. And let me tell you, if you're in the Houston area, Greenhouse International Church are giving away during the day free meals. Hold on 1 minute. Free meals. During the day, they give away the Burns barbecue. They have 800 meals to feed 400 families. So they give you they give you dinner, and lunch. So if you're in the Houston, Texas area, that's Greenhouse International Church, 200 West Green Road. Not only that, you can get free groceries also. So anytime you go there, everything is no cost. Now on Monday, I think whatever day the 14th is going to be, they're going to be doing free COVID testing there. So if you need to get a free COVID test, go there, get your free food, get your free groceries, and get all of that. And also, y'all know we are myself, State Rep Ron Reynolds, Miss Shantae B. Favor, all of us, Miss Santis, all of us are getting together and we're giving Christmas to 200 single moms and their children. So I have a few names left on the list. So if you are a single parent, you're in the Houston, Texas area, I need you to get in touch with me. Here's my phone number on here. It's 832-417-1696. We have a few more names on the list. So I want to make sure if you may need some help during the Christmas holidays, you may need a Christmas box, please give me a call. My number is 832-417-1696, and we're providing that for 200 women. So I want to make sure all my single moms out there, if you need a little extra help during this Christmas, because my deadline is Monday, so I have a few more slots. If you're in the Houston, Texas area, you may need some toys and you need a Christmas basket, please make sure you call me so we could go ahead and put you on the list. That number is 832-417-1696. And also don't forget, every Wednesday, that's right, in the Acres Home area, what I do is we feed our community. Now, if you're a homebound senior and you can't get out, you will need a little more assistance, please let us know. We give you priority first. So you also call me and let me know. Or if you need your granddaughter or one of your children to come by and pick up your box, please call me because they can come and pick it up. We have things like fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, we have meats. Last week we had cucumbers, we had chicken, we had oranges, we had apples, pears, we had cabbage. What else? We had raisin, we had beef stew, we had chili. We had oranges, lemons, the list goes on. If you go to my Facebook page, which is Hale, Harryl, we filled a 17-foot truck up. It was so packed that when all of our volunteers unloaded it, we covered that whole police department parking space where we were on the right hand side. And I want to thank all of our volunteers, Miss Sabrina Lewis, Miss Black Texas USA, Lanisha Hale, Miss Patricia Cardinal. We have Mario Alvarez. He brought his whole construction crew out to help us. We had Mr. Emmanuel out there. We had Jeremiah out there. We had my brother Josh Mika out there. Who else am I missing? We had so many people. Oh, Miss Demetria Wooden and her special daughter. Her daughter is amazing. So if you want to get that drink to shrink, I'm telling you, Miss Demetria Wooden is the person to get, because I started on her drink to shrink and I was noticing that my pants were falling. I'm like, what's going on? And I had to remember I was doing that drink to shrink. So I want to thank all of our volunteers, and especially Miss Priscilla Graham out there in Acres Home and Miss Angie Annette Thibodeau. Without them, they are always going over and beyond to help us make sure we have in our U-Haul, make sure we have in our building. They always look out for Shining Star Leadership Academy. They make sure we have everything that we need. So I want to thank you guys for coming on tonight. And remember, if you're in the Houston area, you need food, I will be providing food every Wednesday. That's at the Acres Home Houston Police Department, right there in Acres Home on West Montgomery. It's from 4 to 6 p.m. Now, if you want to volunteer with us, you can come out starting at 2 o'clock. If you want to volunteer, please contact me. I'm at 832-417-1696, and I will get you with Miss Sabrina Lewis, Miss Black Texas USA, who's over our volunteers. and she will get you set up. So I am so amazed. And if you're also in Houston, go to Greenhouse International Church right here, 200 Greens Road, Houston, Texas, 77067. And when you get there, tell Miss Shantae Decker that Miss Hale sent you, because they give away free Burns barbecue every day. You get a lunch and a dinner. So if you have 4 people in your house, that means you get 8 dinners for that day. Now, if you have 10 people, you just multiply that by 2. And all you do is you sign up, just give her your name, your zip code, and they see a copy of your driver's license. That's it. So it's plenty of food that's there. And also they give away free groceries. They have groceries from Whole Foods, Kroger's. They have so many people that donate to them. So you do not want to miss out on any of the free food, any of the free toys, any of the free giveaways that my organization has, Shining Star Leadership Academy. You do see my phone number there, 832-417-1696, especially if you are a single mother or you know of a single mother in need. I want to make sure that you are taken care of. You can have them call me at 832-417-1696. Instead of having them call me, just have them text me. They can text me their name, the full name, their phone number, and the kid's full name and the kid's phone, the kids' ages. And what we do, we're going to be distributing toys December the 20th, but you have to come. It's going to be out there in Missouri City. So I want to make sure if there's a single parent that's out there in need, that we do take care of them and the children. Now, they can also go to my email, which is businesswithladyhale@gmail.com, because we're winding down and I only have a few more slots. So I want to make sure we include everybody on this. So if you even need food, you need the toys, or it's Christmas or something, all of this is at no cost to our community. So I want to make sure you get on there. So there is my phone number. Please text me. Like I said, don't call because I get so many calls, and sometimes I don't get a chance to go back. But if you text me, if you want the toys and you want the Christmas meal, text me your full name and your phone number, and also give me the full names of the children and their ages. So what we'll do is we'll be distributing on December the 20th. So we will give you the address and the time, because someone will call and add you to the list. So once the list is closed, it is closed. But when you go by Greenhouse International Church right there, that's every day. It's Monday through Friday, free food and free groceries. There's 200 West Greens Road right here in the Houston, Texas area. Go by and get the free food. And on Monday, I think it was the 14th, if I'm correct, Monday's the 14th, they're going to be doing free COVID testing. So if you need a free COVID test, join myself. I will be there to get my test also. I know I'm going to be cringing, but also I'm going to do it right there live for you guys to see that I do get my COVID testing, because I'm out in the community. I stay safe. I have my mask on and I have my shield, and I make sure I stay 6 feet away, because I have to deliver to my homebound seniors. So I cannot bring them all kind of disease. I cannot do that. So I have to protect myself and I have to protect my seniors also. So I want to thank y'all. If you need anything, please text me, because my list is closing very soon. Parent, if you know someone in need, a single mom, please have her to text me her full name, her phone number, the kid's full name, and their ages. That's all we need. And we'll call and have somebody to verify that. And we will give you a pickup time. That's all it is. You get the toys for the children, plus you will also get a Christmas box of food also. So that is what we're offering. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in with Business and Dinner with Lady Hale. Thank you so much. We're giving all the resources to the community. We're feeding the community, and we want to make sure that everybody in the community have food. Until next Friday, this has been Lady Hale, Dinner and Business. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and see you next week. Thank you.